think the greatest way of misusing it is to point out to other people that they need to use it. Nobody needs to use this process except me. So anybody that's upset around me has the right to be upset. They can stay upset if they choose to do so. But me pointing out that it's time for them to do a process is simply my ego not feeling comfortable with you being upset, and therefore you have to process so I get to feel comfortable again. I think that's the biggest misuse. The other misuse is to spiritualize events that mean something to people. There was a wonderful dog that you haven't met. There was a beautiful dog named Grua at Le Labadou. And I'm sure when Grua changed form, people had an emotional reaction. Misusing the word is to say at that point, oh, he was just an illusion. Well, that is true, he was an illusion. But if my experience was one of sadness, it is not an illusion. So I have to deal with my process at the level where it takes place. So misusing it is spiritualizing events. And the worst, of course, are in case of death, when somebody dies and you say, oh, well, he was just an illusion, or she was just an illusion. If that is true for you, then it's true for you, but it doesn't have to be true for anybody else. So advice like that and comments like that are never really all that welcome. The other one that Chris and Martin know, and that certainly Anne knows, I don't know whether Gadi knows, but it's a little example of what happened at a workshop many years ago. It was a large workshop, and on the second day, one of the women participants announced that she had just been diagnosed with breast cancer. Well, a new age newcomer sat next to her and said, well, how did you create that? Whereupon she smacked him in his face and said, how did you create that? So one of the worst uses you can do of this work is to use it to blame somebody for what they're experiencing. And that it also indicates a dramatic and foundational misunderstanding, because blame can only happen when I think something has gone wrong. So this woman who had been diagnosed with breast cancer, a trained mind would say, well, what would that be for? What is being offered? What is the gift in this diagnosis? So never, how did you create this? That's an absolute 100% no-no. The other one would be why? Why did this happen to you? Why is this coming up for you, etc.? No, learn to ask, what is it for? And if you can leave here and have as a commitment to yourself that no matter what happens, you're going to train your mind to ask, what is this for? What is being offered right now? What is the gift in what I'm experiencing right now? You will change your life dramatically. And it will make every relationship infinitely easier, because you're never allowing your mind anymore to try to change the other person, or trying to change the relationship, or trying to change the situation. You're simply saying, what is this for? In other words, nothing needs to change.